Hey, everybody. My name is Zach Barney, and I am co-founder and CEO at Mobley. I am super grateful for the opportunity to share a few thoughts here at the RevTech Summit. So thank you to my friends at Signals for the opportunity. Mobley is an event tech platform. We are helping event and field marketers to get the same level of insights and data around their event leads as they currently can get through all of the digital channels like HubSpot and Marketo. Event leads tend to be really, really hot leads, but they also tend to be some of the hardest leads to get attribution for, and Mobley is fixing that. So naturally today, I want to talk about how we can bridge that offline connection into online data and attribution. And it's going to be a fun conversation. So let's just jump right on into it. Okay, so being marketers and salespeople, I'm sure you all have seen some version of the buyer's journey buying funnel. Depending on who your marketing automation provider is, they might have some version of this. I believe HubSpot calls it a flywheel versus a funnel. But generally, you think of buyers as going through a journey of, being aware of a problem and then researching solutions, seeing what solutions are out there, and then considering which one to go through, and ultimately deciding on the solution for you. There are some incremental steps such as negotiation as well. Again, depending on what methodology you're following, but this is a generally accepted viewpoint of what the buyer goes through when purchasing something. However, there's something really important to acknowledge, and that is not everybody in your ICP is at some stage of this funnel. There's a great book called The Ultimate Sales Machine by the late Chet Holmes, and he talks about your ICP really being divided into 5 categories. The first one is 30% of your buyers at any given time know, again, in their mind, they know they don't need you. That's a big chunk of people who you're not going to get anywhere with. Another 30% don't think they need you. So they're very similar to the no, I don't need you crowd, but maybe just a little bit less firm in their convictions. Another 30% just doesn't care. They're not motivated. They're not actively feeling pain. So, it's probably not going to resonate with them if you try to sell to them. So that's already 9 out of every 10 people that you could be selling to are not actively in that journey. Then you get 7% who are open to learning more. They might not be actively searching for a solution, but if you catch them at the right time, they'll at least hear you out. And 3% of your market at any given time is actively looking for a solution because they are actively feeling the pain that your solution solves. So when we think about our market, we need to recognize that, here, let me move my video a little bit. We need to recognize that our buyers are very rarely actively looking to buy. And so the messaging that we share with them needs to be cognizant of the fact that they are not always raising their hand saying, please help me. You have to do a lot of education and help them feel that pain before they enter into that buyer's journey. Now, from a marketing perspective, most of us understand that. We recognize that not every lead source is created equally. We don't expect the same conversion rate on something like a demo request as we would on a newsletter subscription, because if the newsletter subscriber was that interested, they would be raising their hands looking for a demo. They're probably open to hearing more, but they're not at the point yet where they're saying, yes, please help me. So we market to them a little bit differently. The messaging is a little bit different, and we try to bring them into that awareness stage and then the research stage. Same thing with a pricing request. That's a super hot lead, somebody who is actively looking and trying to understand how much they're going to pay for a solution. So they're going to be more hot, and you want to treat them like they are more hot. Webinar leads. I mean, better than nothing. But again, they're not raising their hand asking for pricing or even asking for a demo. They're out there trying to educate themselves and learn. So it's a good opportunity to bring them in to that funnel but not assume that they're ready to write you a check. White papers, same thing. Okay. So why is it that most companies treat all event leads like they are all the same? We don't treat all, inbound digital leads like they're all the same, as you see here. Why do we always assume that a badge scan at an event is a hot lead? Well, the answer is it comes from the top. We have this oversimplified view of events and say, okay, if our leads are converting at 10% or 20% to opportunities, whatever, that means if we scan 1,000 leads at this big giant industry event, that we're going to get 1 or 200 net new opportunities from it. The reality is not every event lead is created equally, just like not every digital lead is created equally. And we need to make sure that we treat them the same way and lean into the tools that we have available to us that allow us to do so. Okay. So instead of every badge scan being a hot lead, you've got what I call trick-or-treaters, people that are just looking for free swag. They're probably in that I don't care, maybe even I don't think I need you camp. They're not stopping to learn more. And if they do, their eyes are glazed over and they're like, okay, now give me the t-shirt, give me the t-shirt. I want those nail clippers. I want that water bottle, whatever. You should not be treating them with the same expectation as somebody who's entering a drawing or somebody who's doing a demo in booth or somebody who is booking a next step meeting with you in booth. So it's really important to segment those and do it quickly and properly. And I'm going to do a little bit of a demo onto the Mobley platform. You certainly don't have to use Mobley. I would love it if you did, being the co-founder and CEO of our company. But really, what I want to show here is the mindset that top performing event marketers take, which is quickly sorting leads and getting them back into the hands of their reps properly to work properly. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and switch over to my phone screen for just a second here. And I'm going to open the Mobley app. So again, you can do this any way you want, whether it be with, a digital form, pen and paper even. Maybe the event provides some sort of lead retrieval app that allows you to do some customization, or maybe you have a Slack channel for your hot leads, but you've got to do it some way. This is the Mobley app. I'm going to go into our Mobley Super Secret event, which, as you would probably guess, is our demo event, and add a new lead. The way we do that up here at the top is I just hit that orange icon and I can scan a batch. I can scan a business card. I can manually input their name and company name, upload a photo from my phone. But when I do that, it's really important to have the ability to score the lead. Okay, so within Mobley, we just build our own lead scores and qualification criteria for things that we care about. Again, you can do this with Slack, whatever other manual way you want. If you're not quite ready to purchase something like Mobley, that's fine. But making sure that you're tagging the leads properly and have the proper qualification questions so that they can get to the right place as quickly as possible and have the right expectations on conversion rates so that you can calculate your potential ROI is absolutely paramount. Now, what happens then? Stop sharing that screen. The way we've got it set up within our instance of Mobley, let's go to this past event of ours, this Marketing Profs event. So we have all of our leads associated with this campaign right here from this event that we had back in November. But notice that we have that heat score that we tagged in at the event located here. And based on that heat score, they're going to either be pushed to a marketing drip campaign if they're not hot and not really worth the sales team's time. They need a little bit more warming before they enter that awareness stage of the buyer's funnel. Or if it's medium, they're probably, the I'm open to learning more, but not quite raising my hand for help. And then the hot leads are ones that we should treat like gold. Okay. So we have that tag transferring over to our CRM. And then based on that tag and the event, they either go to the marketing drip, or in our case, we use Gong Engage. You can use that, which I would recommend, or SalesLoft or Outreach or Clary, whatever, to push to the right follow-up sequence or flow that is super relevant to them and the event that they met you at. So flipping over to Gong Engage, this is what we do personally. Another event that we're involved in is B2BMX down in Scottsdale, Arizona, later this month. Last year's B2BMX event, if it's a hot lead, they get a very, very custom tailored flow here that's a little bit more high touch than a not hot lead, which is sending more educational materials and so forth. So if you are an executive watching this presentation, or you have the ear of your executive team, it's really important to make sure that you understand, okay, this is the ROI we're targeting. And this is our conversion rate that we're targeting for each type of event lead. We don't bucket event leads in the same fashion that we would treat a newsletter versus a white paper, right? There's a whole spectrum of them. Instead, you should be thinking of events similar to how you would think general digital leads. There's a whole bunch of subcategories beyond just badge scan. Okay. So a couple of tips to make it better. Number one, again, not all leads are created equally. Tag them properly, set proper follow-up expectations with your team. Number two, get your leads back to your reps as soon as you possibly can. The average human attention span, get this, ready? 8.25 seconds. Takes the average company about 11 days to send that first follow-up after an event. People have forgotten you, especially if it's a big event where they're being scanned by lots of people. Get the leads back to reps as soon as possible while you are still top of mind or near top of mind for that prospect, especially your hot leads. Number two, get the right data. People tend to register with bogus data, incomplete data, typos, you name it. I can't tell you how many leads we've gotten if we've used like the event provided lead retrieval system, where it was like Zach's burner account 32 at yahoo.com or Maria's fake email at Hotmail, right? Who uses Hotmail? Sorry if you use Hotmail, I'm insulting you right now, but it's the truth. Okay, so get the right data. Use an enrichment provider. Use something like Mobley. Whatever works for your industry to get the right data. Don't trust that they've registered with the right thing, because a lot of people do it quickly. A lot of people don't want to be scanned, but they don't want the awkwardness. So I don't want you to scan me, so they just put fake crap in there, and then they don't care if you scan them. And then they forget when they're really interested in something that they put fake crap in there when they registered in the first place. So get the right data, make that a huge focus, pay for it. And for the love of all that is holy, do not send generic drips to your hottest leads. Generic drips are to warm people up that are not ready to talk to sales yet. If they are a hot lead, they should be talking to sales, not getting a, hey, thanks for stopping by our booth. As a reminder, this is what we do, blah, 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 formatted HTML email 10 days after the event. It's not going to work. It's going to bug them. And honestly, like anytime that happens to me, I'm like, hold on a second. We had a good conversation. I was genuinely interested. You clearly are treating me just like every other person you chatted with. I guess I'm not that important to you, and my interest immediately goes down. So make sure to segment, sort, follow up quickly, and just treat them like the gold that they are. Don't send them drip emails if they're hot. Okay. Thank you very much. I appreciate everybody's time, and I hope to see you soon.